This is H.D. Ingles. In the previous episode, we learned that the Irishman, for some unknown reason, did not like grapes. We also learned that he had some strange death fixation. To tell you the truth, I never quite understood all of the Irishman's personal problems. Well, anyway, he lived. If he had died, there would have been a lot of paperwork involved. Now, listen up for the next thrilling episode. Irish recovered. He was a strong young lad, and I was pretty sure that he wouldn't die. I would have gone so far as to bet on it. I also knew for sure that Irish wouldn't stay mad. Both of us knew damn well that he would have done the same thing to me. I just had enough sense not to fall asleep in a car on an early September morning in New Orleans. Anyway, Irish whined about the grape business for most of the day. It pretty much got on my nerves. You know how it is when whiners get started. Stuff like, damn, I almost died in that damn car. Then he would stop for a while and then start all over again. You were nice and cool. She was feeding you grapes. Damn, I almost died. If you know a whiner, you know what I'm talking about. Before the afternoon was over, I was right tired of all their complaining. After all, I had problems too. The grapes had seeds. I forget exactly what we did on Sunday afternoon. Tourist stuff, I think. I'd never actually done any real tourist stuff in New Orleans before. I especially liked the part where the babes bought lunch. When we got back to the motel, the girls started talking about getting another motel room. I started getting a little upset. Irish wasn't real crazy about it either. The babe I was with called about getting another room. A room had freed up. But I became a little less upset when she told the clerk to put it on her credit card. Of course, I was still a bit bothered. I mean, I didn't object to free eats and drinks and a free motel room. But Irish and I had invested almost 24 hours in these babes, and things still weren't as friendly as we had planned. I think you can understand that. The four of us showered and such in the same motel room, and things had become a little friendly. But there is being a little friendly, and there is being real friendly. I think you get the picture here. Anyway, we went out to eat that evening. The babes insisted on paying for dinner, and you know me, I never argue with a lady. After dinner, I figured the babes wanted to go out and have a few more drinks. But Blondie whispered in my ear that she would rather go back to the motel with me. She told me that she was a little shy and that she really didn't want all four of us in the same room. When I told Irish of the plans, he went along with it. Irish can be right hard-headed at times, but for some reason he decided not to argue this time. Maybe it was because he was finally learning some manners from me and decided that he shouldn't argue with a lady. Besides, Irish wasn't real bright, but he sure as hell wasn't an idiot. Anyway, on Sunday night, the sleeping arrangements were much more to my liking. But you know, for some reason, I couldn't get to sleep until real late that night. On Monday evening, the girls drove us back to Biloxi. We spent a couple pleasant hours on the beach after it was dark. I forget what we did. Late that night, the girls got back in their car and headed back on over to Mobile. Irish and I had a drink and then headed back to the base. At least it would be a short week, only 4 days till Friday. After that weekend, Irish and I went to Mobile quite a bit. We had some pretty good times in Mobile, but that's another story. This is H.D. Ingles. Well, that wraps up not only the episode, but the trip to New Orleans. But be sure to tune in for the next episode, which is about another trip to New Orleans.